As you can see with the leaves on the ground, it's fall here in South Carolina. It does get cold. Winter is coming soon. And it's time for an interesting project that I've wanted to do on my 10 Gen F-150. I haven't done that yet. I need to check out the kit, but I think it's easier and more effective on the Mazda CX-5. I just recently added 2 more key fobs. Is that focused in there for you? So you should check out that video, plus the playlist for this car. Been doing a lot of modifications and updates. There's gonna be some exterior improvements as well. But what we wanna do now is put the remote start on. It looks like it's plug and play, but most of the instructions I see are pretty crappy, so I thought I'd share my install on this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's the kit I found on Start-X, the remote starter kit, and it's specific to this Mazda. I think there's some other Mazdas that it covers. It truly looks like it is plug and play. Let's open it up and see what's inside the box. So here's the module, and here is the wiring harness. And I guess there's some instructions in here and a trim tool. And it looks like there's a sticker to put on it. So we'll figure out what all that means. But it looks like I got to go online to get a better step-by-step installation video. Actually, I looked at that video. It's terrible. And here are the vehicles that it works on. Mazda 3, 2014 and 2018, Mazda 6, Mazda CX-3, CX-5, CX-9, MX-5, Miata. Let's study a little bit and get this thing installed. Let's take a few more seconds to look at the contents of the box. Module. Now here's the plug and play harness. It's got 4 connectors. 2 of these are identical. What they're going to do is go in place of the connectors under the dash. It's actually under the steering column, the start module. And then these plug into the module here, and this receives the communication from your key fob. And there's one other thing that's included, but they don't explain what it's for. It's an interlock that goes under the hood. I don't know why this is there. Maybe if the hood's open, it prevents the system from starting. It says for professional install. It would have been nice if they said in the instructions what it's for. But it doesn't look like for the basic install you need that. So we're going to set that aside. First thing we're going to do now is take the panel off underneath the steering wheel. First step, we got to remove this lower panel here. 2 screws hold that in. Okay, you can see there's a little hook right there that goes in there. So you're going to pull it down and pull it toward the steering wheel. The real step 1 is to disconnect the battery, so I'm going to do that now. Right here are the 2 white connectors that need to be removed, and let's see if I can do this without blocking you and get it done. So you have to push that in to get it out, and then I got to figure out where the other white pin is. All right, with a little searching, it's similar to the other one. You just got to push a tab in. Unfortunately, I got big hands, so it's a little difficult, and there they go. Now I have to connect the 2 identical connectors back into the module. All right, I didn't show you how to connect that because I can't get my hands in there and video it at the same time, but it's plug and play, so should be pretty easy for you. And now we're just going to feed the wires down into the dash so I can connect the module underneath. Fed the wires down through here. There's plenty of space to get it through, and with the plug and play, super easy to connect the module. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and connect the battery and make sure this thing works before I solidly mount this up underneath the dash with the included zip ties. Just want to make sure it works. Let's try it out. Battery connected, and it said it would go solid red. You should be able to see that. And the next step is to hit the start button twice, and that should, without hitting the brake, make sure you don't push the brake, and that should flash green. And then they say it's going to take about 15 minutes for it to program itself. And it's flashing green, so So far, it's following exactly as the instructions. Okay, I didn't stare at it the entire time to see when it would turn green for 3 seconds and turn off, indicating that it's programmed. So I'm going to go on with the next step, which says to turn the car off. So it's off, and now it says it's programmed. So we're going to get outside the vehicle and see if the new remote start works. So if you want to have the air conditioning or the heat or the defrost on, you need to set it on here while the vehicle is running. So we're going to go ahead and start it back up again. And on these cold mornings with the car outside, it's going to be probably all frosty on the windshield. So we'll turn the system on, and we're going to put it on defrost. All right, so it's on defrost. Probably put it up a little higher. She wants the car heated up, and maybe she wants the seat warmer, so she wants it nice and toasty when she gets in here. So we're going to try it again. With all the comfort settings in place, let's go ahead and start the vehicle. I'm going to press it again 3 times. It'll take a couple seconds for it to start. There we go. Now, in order for this thing not to turn itself off after, I think there's a certain timeout period, I don't remember what it is, you got to get in and put your foot on the brake for 3 seconds. And now you're in control. And you can see all the settings that I had put in place, the seat warmer, the defroster, everything's in place. So it's going to be nice and toasty in the mornings for her, or if it's in the summer, she's going to have a nice air-conditioned vehicle. Really a nice setup. What I'm going to go ahead and do now is permanent mount this under the dash with the zip ties, and we're done. I hope this helped you out, and if it did, please give me that thumbs up. I linked everything again that I use in the description of the video, and I'll see you next time on Driving Intelligence.